This morning we're going to start a horse pad, and we got both trucks ready to go. We got the Mini X loaded up on the equipment trailer. I'm gonna go down, drop off the Mini X, come back, get the skid steer, and we'll be getting to work. First order of business is to see if I can even put the ramps down. The one downfall with this type of trailer is if the ground is not good enough, you can't put the ramps down. Nope. There's that. Perfect. Grab my gloves. Get some rags. Get that seat dried off. Nice and easy. Just gonna do a quick little recap. I'm using 3 different cameras today, so I got the Insta360 Go 3S that I've been running on my head for like POV. Connor's got the GoPro, and then I got this DJI. So we got the excavator dropped off. Now I'm headed back to the house. I have to grab the 259, the skid steer, get the smooth bucket for that. We're gonna grab the rock bucket for that, and the grading blade. Do we need the rock bucket? Maybe not, but we don't know what we're gonna find here, so we might have to get some rock out, and I'd rather have the bucket here than have to go get one from somewhere else, because if the skid steer is at this job, then we can't load it. So we're gonna go get that done, and then we'll be back over to the house. Hopefully right now Connor is doing some kind of explanation. The house is right there. Right now Connor should be doing some explanation of layout with the GoPro. So we'll cut over to that.
Anyway, about keyways. It acts like a foundation for your slope, because it gives it something competent to rest on, because you know that everything from that keyway up is good and compact to whatever percentage you're trying to go for, generally 90%, maybe more depending on the soil types you're in, or just whatever the job calls for. But you know it's going to hold whatever you're doing. Also, another thing we do here is when you get to a corner, so for all these, they're 5 feet. So essentially this corner acts like a 5x5. If you pull off, it's essentially Pythagorean theorem. You do if it's 5 feet from the fence and 5 feet from the fence, it's like 7.5 feet, if I remember right, 7, 6, somewhere in there. And what that looks like is, if I were to pull from the fence over to the dot, so that was at 7.5. It's a little past 5, but that's okay. And I bet you if we pull from here, it's also at 5, so that's kind of a little trick.
I forgot that I didn't do that. I hope there's grease in this thing. Okay. Got those lights on. See if we are able to open the box. Yeah, we're good. That's as good as it's gonna get. Goodbye. I love you. We got the machine loaded up, tied down, got the buckets, got all the stuff we need. Let's go get back to the job. That is an off-road rig right there. Wow. That thing's sick. So Connor's been working on the Keyway. Is there gonna be one this way too?
Oh yeah. And then there will be a short one that comes out just like this.
Okay. Pulling the whole machine. Got work already getting done. This thing's already getting...
I scoop in the dirt and I make a fucking mess.
We're gonna put the trailer over here. And we will come back later to see the baby goats. We got to get back to work. No more messing around. Just get water on all this dirt. Gonna need that moisture for compaction. Should be able to see it, but we're on this slope. That's why I wore these Merrells today. They sent me these boots. Shoes, hiking boots, whatever you want to describe them as. But they sent me these boots, and they didn't ask for nothing. They didn't say, they just said, hey, we want to send them to you. But I have a couple pairs of Merrells that I've had for years that are my hiking shoes, and I like them. So I was like, you know what? I'll take a new pair of hiking shoes. We got pretty good tread on them. You can see like it's steep right here where I'm at. and they're holding me on the hill pretty good. I really do like them. I would like maybe a couple more inches above the ankle of support. I like ankle support. I'm gonna give this microphone to Connor so that he can give an explanation of a keyway.
So to me, how the keyway kind of works is it's more like the foundation for the pad. So because we're having to increase the elevation so much through this thing, because this has to come up so much, you need it to lock into something. If you just put the dirt right on top of the existing, call it just the topo, if you get enough rain or enough seismic activity, this whole thing can just slough off and go into the neighbors. So essentially what the keyway does is, you think about it like a footing to the foundation of your house is what a keyway is to the slope of the pad. So as you bring this thing up, it's constantly getting kind of cut in and built up, and it works with gravity to kind of hold itself and lock itself into this little trench and then bench all the way up. It's kind of how it makes sense to me. I'm sure I could explain it in a very different sense, but kind of in layman's terms, that's what it is. So as you come into the key, you'll see on one side it's gonna look deeper than the other side. So over here we're at about a foot, maybe 14 inches. And then on this side we're about 3. So as this gets built up, it locks in, it starts pushing an angle like this. So it's all locked into itself and building up onto itself all the way across. And that's pretty much a keyway. The other thing too to note about a keyway is when you're digging for the bottom of the keyway, you want to find hard native soil. So essentially, like underneath this is pretty hard. It's not quite bedrock, but it's called formational material. It's the hardest stuff that you can find within reason in this area. So as I'm dragging my teeth across this, it's riding over the top of this formational material, and that's what's actually helping create the keyway too. Because this stuff that's under here is extremely hard to move. Maybe not extremely, but it is for this machine. So with that being said, this stuff is less likely to move than say this fluff on the side here, which you can kind of just kick off to the side. I'll even do it to this here where you can see where it's kind of undisturbed and there's vegetation. If you do that, it falls away. But this stuff that's in here, you can barely get even the toe in where that you can kick away. So that's kind of the idea too, is you're trying to chase that hard formational material so that you can get in. I'm sure someone's going to come back and say that my explanation of this is wrong and you need to go and do something else. And
that was one of the things, was how deep do you go? And if you're not on plans, it's just kind of you're following the hard pan. But if you're on plans, it could tell you to go down 5-10 feet.
Well, it'll be whatever's in the soils report. So the plans themselves aren't going to tell you. The soils report through a geotechnical institution will give you recommendations on what they see fit for what that material says. Generally speaking, any soils report is going to say to go down to foundational material, which is essentially what we're doing here. Granted, usually you're using bigger machines, bigger equipment, and you're usually doing like a 3 to 4 foot deep keyway on the lesser side. So you end up with like a 10-foot tall key on the high side. And then, you're punching it in with dozers and stuff. We're doing it with a skid steer and a Mini X because this isn't a structural fill per se, meaning they're not putting an ADU, they're not putting a house, they're not putting a shop, they're not putting any number of things that, would be considered a dwelling or where people would be inside. This is going to get turned into an arena. So it's, for horses. So it's a non-structural utility pad. So you don't have to get quite as crazy. I could, but I don't think it's necessary for what's going on here. There's not weight, there's not as much liability going into it. And after a while, it's it's going to kind of set itself up. We're going to get it with pretty good compaction just with the machines, because we do smaller lifts with as much weight as we can get into a bucket. And you can generally do 85 to 90% or better with that. And then we always track our slope. So it turns out with a really nice product. And then once it sits for a while, the weight of itself compacts it as well. It'll do just fine.
Just putting water on dirt. Hi. Hello. Oh, you got this. You got this. You got. This is your treat? Is that your treat? Get it. 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 Zoomies. Such a good girl. Such a good girl. Checking it out. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey. You trying to get the hose? Hi. That's a good puppy. Oh yeah. Hi. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. I'm grabbing the hose because we have ran out of length. So we will get an extension on here. That way we can keep spraying water. We got a lot of air and it's all cleared out. Almost at the corner. This is the corner here. We're still just making this little pad. That way he's got his level area to work from. I'll tell you what, that's what's up. It's always a good day when you get some carne asada tacos. Things that's better left alone. to know.
I've always said what I don't know.
Got the job site investigator. Got the new friend. Got a new friend. Hi. So sweet. You're so sweet. Yeah, you're so sweet. Get it. 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 What are you doing? Hi. Hello, sweetie. Hi. 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 Get him. Give me it. Getting hooked up to the blade. That way we can clean out the keyway. Come on. There we go. Oh yeah.
There's a shut off for all this somewhere over here.
Dang it.
It goes this way and this way.
It goes both? Okay. Is that the main that you killed?
Connor's coming in with the blade. So he's gonna come into here and he's gonna blade off the keyway. I'm just gonna walk through it. So this is what we did. This thing took all day. But this is the foundation of the pad. Zoned in. You can see what Connor was talking about, like right here. Like that is hard as rock. If I take my take my knife. Like, that's hard. So the goal is going to be to pitch it this way. You can see how he's got that edge off the ground. He's trying to pitch it in. So once it's starting to get compacted, it's going to be angled in, and it'll start building, and it'll be the foundation because the slope is going to come up here. So this is the edge of slope. So it's going to go up here. You can see all these white spots. That is where the ground is still pretty much rock. Or at least hard as a rock. We've made it over here. And there's the babies. There's Freddy. What's up, Freddy? Big guy. Oh, there's my boy Gunner. The guinea hens are all stuck in here, even though they can fly. Hi, girly. She's got the rest of the guinea hens. Oh, that's funny. There's a baby in here. Hi, goat. I don't remember what your name is, but you have a little cute baby. Can I see the cute baby? Oh my goodness. There's no, I probably could turn around up there, but it's gonna be a pain. So, back down and out. Another challenge. We're just kind of have to go. The sky is beautiful. Look at that. I don't know if this will even pick it up. That's a beautiful sunset. Wow.